Yeah. Let's begin. In this session, we are going to see creating database, creating schema in Amazon Redshift, and loading data and run SQL queries. Loading data and run SQL queries. Unloading data, we are going to see after loading data and running. Okay. First, let's start creating database and loading the data from S3 bucket. Okay. So let me create a database and create a schema. Let's go Redshift. Let's go Amazon Redshift. Sorry, here. Let's write a query. So here city. Here I'm writing queries. Create a database, sales data. You can select a query. You can click and run, or you can execute. Uh, you can execute. Control Enter. Next one. Next one. Use sales underscore data. Switch from switch from this one, or you can go here. You can refresh this one. You can see under this work group. Under this work group, you can see three databases. Just now we created sales underscore data. In this sales underscore data, a public schema is created. A public schema is created. Okay. So you no need to do schema creation manually. Once we create a connection, then it is created this one. Let's click on edit connection. See, we use database name dev. Instead, you can say sales underscore data. You can change with different database name. Sorry, different database name. Then India 123, 123, 123. Then click on save. So now which database is pointing? Default database sales underscore data. Now let's execute creating analytical schema. Control Enter. So it is executed. Go to this one, refresh. Go to your database, and then you can see databases, sales underscore data. Here you can see public schema and dev. You can see analytics is created, but we did not specify any. By default, you can see here it is selected. If you want a different one, then you can use sales underscore uh, data. Then it is going to connect to that one. 1 minute. Let me refresh and check. Yes, I hit a refresh. Now I am able to see sales underscore data. Then if you execute this schema, control enter, now it is going to create a schema under sales underscore data. See here, sales underscore data. You can see two schemas. One is a public schema, as well as you are going to see new schema called analytics. Okay, analytics. Next one, I want to create a table. I want to load the data. I want to create a label. I want to load the data. Let me first explain the scenarios, then later we will implement this one thing. First point, first point. This is my Redshift. This is my Redshift. Okay. under AWS, under AWS, we have Redshift data warehouse, Redshift data warehouse, Redshift data warehouse. Okay, data warehouse. Okay. So this is AWS service. Next, we have another AWS service. Let's say storage service called S3. Another storage service called S3. S3. It is a storage service. Usually, how applications build is different applications. They are going to write data into S3 location. S3 location data we are getting into S3 location. S3 location using Redshift copy command. Redshift copy command. Redshift copy command. We can copy this data. You no need any programmatic approach. No need any programmatic approach. You can use copy command. You can directly copy the data into Redshift to tables. Redshift to tables. This is Redshift to copy command. Redshift to copy command. There are other approaches using different service called Glue, PySpark, or different approaches, different data engineering techniques we use, and we load the data into Redshift to tables. This is simple, easy. No need to use complex programming. You can use simple copy command to connect source and write into target Redshift to table. If anything required to validate preliminary tests, basics, etc., then you can go with a programmatic approach. If you do not require any programmatic approach, you want to as it is data in Redshift environment, best way is copying data using copy command. It won't take much time. Redshift will take care to connect to source S3 table and writes in Redshift data environment. Usually, usually, yes, we have huge volumes of data, huge volumes of data. So we can use these kind of approaches. These kind of approaches. If no validation checks are required, then use copy command, copy the data into table. If any preliminary checks are required, do that using or PySpark, do that check and write it into Redshift data warehouse table. Okay, this is all loading data into S3 from S3 to Redshift table. Sometimes client is feeling that it is costly. It is costly, and you do not want to continue with Redshift. You do not want to continue with Redshift. One thing, one thing. He feels costly. Then you do not want to continue with Redshift. Then we can unload the data into S3. Unload the data into S3. This is one purpose. Second purpose. Let's say my client is good, big client like a banking, healthcare client. What existing applications doing? Existed applications they are using uh, JDBC or ODBC. They are directly loading data into Redshift. My client want to maintain one more data set in S3 location. Then you can upload data from Redshift to S3. You want to maintain two copies, one at data warehousing, another copy you want to maintain in S3. Mostly, first scenarios, they go with unloading. And second scenario is also possible when you want to maintain multiple copies of data in different services. So loading and unloading happen multiple times in Redshift environment. You may is insert query also works? Yes, we never go with insert comes in warehousing. Small data we never go for data warehousing. It is we do with the databases, not with the data warehouses. Writing single, inserting one record, two records, five records, 10 records, such kind of activities we never do in databases. It is possible, we never do. Small data, never go with data warehouses. We never do insert operations. We can do, but it never recommended. Okay.